I hate doing introductions, but okay, I'm just gonna say what this video is, and then we're gonna go because I'd start rambling and I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, so today we're gonna be reacting to Reddit's book Icks. Okay, that's all I really need to say. I think you guys get it. Don't need to over-explain. Let's go. So the first book Ick is from King Holly. When enemies to lovers become lovers too quick. Yes, I agree. Like, don't market your books as enemies to lovers if they get over it within the first 50 pages. Because that's not like true enemies to lovers, you know. I don't mind it as much if they like keep the snarky banter even when they get together, but if they lose that and they're just all sweet with each other and boring, I don't like it. Yeah. And then the next one, when a love interest sings or plays music and they put the cheesy song lyrics in the book, I skip right over it. You know, I actually don't mind this. I think it's cute, but maybe that's just me because I've heard a lot of people saying that they don't like when they sing a song about for them. But I think it's so cute. Like, they wrote a song about you. Is that not cute? Like, especially when the hero is writing a song about the heroine. Like, if they're just singing some stupid song, like, that has nothing to do with them, that's like, I don't care. But, if they wrote a song about them, if they wrote a whole album about them, like, what's his face? Billy did about Camilla in Daisy Jones and the Six. Like, he was a bad boyfriend in every other sense of the word, but him writing all the songs in his album about her was so cute. Okay, that was like his redeeming quality for me. So I don't mind this. This is not an ick for me. You're different from other girls. Yeah, hate. I don't know what those sounds were that just came out of my mouth, but I hate this. I agree with you, Uncommon Traveler. Okay. And then, but I'm not pretty, in quotation. You guys can see it, but okay. But I'm not pretty. Described as conventionally attractive in every single description, has multiple people obsessed with them, etc. I don't really mind this either because like even the most beautiful people in the world have insecurities, so I feel like it's kind of realistic. Like I think someone's beautiful. Like I think my friends are beautiful, but some of them are very insecure, and that's just realistic. I feel like so yeah. I don't know. I don't mind this. When the female main character's happy ending is getting pregnant. Yeah, same. Because it happens in like every single romance book epilogue, and even like fantasy book epilogues. And not everyone wants kids. Like, it just pushes the narrative that all women should want kids and should want to be mothers, and that's just not the reality. And this is why I like book lovers so much, I think, because Nora never wanted kids, and then in the end, she didn't have them. Nothing. There's nothing, like, wrong with women wanting to be mothers. I don't mind that. Like, I have nothing against that. If you want to be a mom, good for you. Have for you. But it's just, like, that it's, like, 99.9% of female characters' epilogues include being moms. Or, like, if they can't have kids, they're just, like, complaining in that blog about that. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't like that because I feel like a lot of people don't want that, and that should be represented more. Okay. Wow, Soft Honey has a lot to say. Okay, when the male main character is or does something abusive and the female character just overlooks it and everything is just dandy and great. Yeah, this was me reading Bully by Penelope Douglas. Like, everything Jared did was, like, a huge red flag, and Tate should have honestly just moved and never, ever, ever looked back. But she did, unfortunately. Okay, characters falling in love too quickly. Yeah, I'm a slow burn gal. If they fall in love first sight, I don't know. I don't love it. Although, I don't mind if they, like, meet each other as children, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love her, and then they have an unrequited crush for years, and then at the end, they, like, slowly fall in love. Like, I don't mind that. Okay. Cringe-worded sex scenes. It's so awkward. His rod! Exclamation point. Yeah, I honestly I don't really mind this much unless it's something like really outlandish. Like I heard in one of Tessa Bailey's books, she used his Johnson, which is just so not sexy. But I don't know. His rod doesn't really bother me because I don't know. It just doesn't. Like I'll read it and I don't think anything of it, but I know this bothers a lot of people. So okay. Oh, just pregnancy. Yeah, I think this means like the pregnancy trope. I mean, it can be done right, but I don't ever go in search of books with this trope. It's just not my thing. Like, I personally don't want to experience pregnancy, and reading about it in the perspective of the female main character, especially, is just so scary to me. especially when it's an unexpected pregnancy. Like, if they're trying to get pregnant, like, okay, that's different, I guess. I still wouldn't really want to read it, but it's different. Like, if it's unexpected, like, that's terrifying. That's one of my biggest fears. I'd rather not think about that ever. I don't want to read a book where that happens. So, yeah. But I don't know. That's just me. Like, I know the pregnancy trope can be done right. Like, I have read some books that I've enjoyed where it does this, but I'm not ever going to go and search for it. This may be an unpopular opinion, but for some reason it makes it cheesy for me when the author uses the most obvious, just too on-point name for something, like a superpower. Like, example, cloner is just someone who can clone themselves in the Red Queen series. I don't know, it just makes me cringe. Maybe that's just me. I can't think of an example of this happening in a book, but it does bother me in TV shows. Like, I'm watching The Flash right now with my brother, and Cisco's nicknames for everyone are just so on the nose that it's ridiculous. Like, the guy with the cold gun is called Captain Cold, or Cold for sure, because he has a cold gun. Like, that's so not creative at all. I don't know. I just want something a little more creative in my fantasies. You know? Okay, and then Soggy Bottom 295 says rich popular male saves poor socially awkward female, and they discover they're in love. And then one rad girl said kind of the same thing. She said rich person falls madly in love with the ordinary poor person. And okay, listen, I understand where they're coming from, but I like this trope. Like, I don't have a lot of money, and it's fun to be like, what if I just met a billionaire who's obsessed with me today? Like, and I'm like living vicariously through the heroine. I don't care. Okay, I love this trope, and I'll never get over it. And I'm also socially awkward, so it's like perfect for me. Rich and poor. I mean, that's not what I'm gonna say. I meant to say poor and socially awkward. That's me. And then I meet some hot, fancy, rich guy who's obsessed with me. Like, it's a dream. Okay, I love it. Okay. Anytime the male love interest says to the female main character, good girl, or something equally infantilizing, especially if it's during a spicy scene, I think this is an unpopular opinion. I feel like a lot of people like that, and I'm one of them. Okay, I like it. I don't know. I think it's odd. Anyway, constant mentions of how tiny the female protagonist is, especially during romantic scenes. I feel like this is at Allie Hazelwood. Like, listen, I know skinny, short women exist, and I don't like. Obviously, there's gonna be small characters. I don't care, but it's when they're described as like she can fit into kids' clothes, especially when they're about to get steamy and the main character like thinks something like that. Like, that just makes me uncomfortable. It makes me icky. Like, that they're comparing them to a literal child. Like, if they're just saying like she's skinny and short, like, okay, I don't really care. But yeah, and I guess when it is constant, maybe it would bother me a little more, but it's when they're compared to like a literal child. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Super virgin female main character fetishized by her super hot, not virgin or super not virgin love interest makes me DNF directly. That's valid. Yeah, I might not DNF, but it does bug me. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves in books is this. Yeah, it's because it's just a double standard and it contributes to purity culture, and it's just gross. So yeah, I'm with you, but I just don't like DNFing. I try my damnedest to not DNF. When there is no groveling. Yes, I agree. 100, 1000%. Like, I want them to beg for the forgiveness. Get on your knees and beg. Like, buy me flowers, buy me a house. You need to grovel. Like, I hate when it's instant forgiveness after the big mistake. Like, groveling is one of my favorite parts, to be honest, because they're just so obsessed with you, you know, that they're willing to do all that. And it's so good. It's so good. In Cinders Consumed by Selmy Sketcher, especially the groveling. Are you kidding? It was. You guys need to read that book. Okay, anyway. Characters who have obviously abusive parents and then forgive them in the epilogue because it's family. When this family never expressed they did anything wrong or tried to change until the main character became rich and important, like a princess, and the family starts crying crocodile tears because they want a piece of the pie. Thanks for teaching us we should be enabling abuse, like some version of Cinderella forgiving her stepmother and stepsisters. Yeah, I feel like I don't really need to add more because they took the words right out of my mouth. That was so well said. Like, anything I said is not going to be as well said. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, that is one of my big pet peeves. When it's teenagers in a pretty intense love story and or they are overthrowing the government, running running the town, or starting a war, I have to imagine them in at least their early 20s for it to make sense. I used to feel like this, and then I started reading a bunch of YA dystopian books, and now I just don't care. Like, I love Divergent, I love The Hunger Games, and yeah, like, is it realistic? No, it's not, but it is a fun time. So I don't really care anymore. Like, I'll imagine them as 16, 17, 18, whatever, 12, whatever. It is a fantasy, so I could suspend my disbelief for this one. In queer books, if the main character's only character trait is being queer, What If It's Us is a huge offender. Couldn't finish the book because of it. I haven't read that, so I can't talk about that in specific, but I don't see this much with main characters, but I do see it with side characters a lot. Like, the author is only putting them in there to say, like, look, my book is diverse, and there's like a token character. I don't know. They should have like motivations and values and storylines that don't revolve around their sexuality the same straight cisgender people do. Obviously, I mean, I feel like that. I don't know. Everyone kind of knows that, but a lot of people, you'd be surprised by how many books I find where the side character is just like a token gay guy with whose only personality is being gay, and their only storyline revolves around that. I also see this a lot in TV. Like, the one gay character is just every storyline is about them being gay. I don't know. I do know. I don't know why I said that. I feel like I'm rambling, and I feel like I have more to say, but I don't know what exactly I want to say. So I guess we'll just move on. But yeah, this is a big issue. When the male love interest growls. I've been hearing people complain about this a lot lately, and like, people will be like, what does it even mean? How can a human growl? Yada yada. Guys, use your imagination. It is a fictional book. Okay, just use your imagination. I think it's hot. I don't care. I love it. Pop culture phrases. I literally stopped Crave when Homegirl called the guy sexy AF. Yeah, I wouldn't stop reading if this happened. Like I said, I don't like DNFing, but I don't like this either. Because it just takes me out of the story. It makes me realize I am indeed in the real world when they say something like that. Like, I don't mind when they say OMG for whatever reason. That one, I don't know. That one doesn't bug me. It feels more natural. But AF, that just feels so unnatural. I don't like that. Why not just say the whole thing? Why do you have to say that? I don't know. Okay, real people on the cover. This depends for me. Like, if it's like a shirtless man on the cover or two people getting frisky on the cover, I can't take that anywhere. I'm too embarrassed, and I don't even want to pick it up. Like, if I'm at a bookstore and I see that, I'm not going to pick it up and read the book because I'm embarrassed. And I can't take that, like, anywhere, like in public. So, yeah, I don't like those. But there are some people on covers that I actually like the selection series. I haven't read the books yet, but I do like the covers. Like, I love big, poofy dresses. I love them. And I like looking at them. So those covers I love. And I also like the Hush Hush cover, the first one. It's like a gothic cover with like a dude on the cover, and I like that one. I thought it was really cool. Like, okay, so I guess my rules are like gothic people covers. Like, I like those, and I like big poofy dresses. But not when they're kissing and she's in a big poofy dress. That is different. If it's just her in a big poofy dress, no man. That is what I want. Okay, when the major conflict could be solved by just having a 3-line conversation, communicate, people. Yeah, like, I understand small miscommunications cause drama, like, we need drama in books, obviously, but when it's the entire plot, it is so annoying. I completely agree. Yeah. And that's the last one I have. I mean, in the comments, tell me what some of your biggest pet peeves are, I guess. And maybe I can make a reaction. I want to kind of do this again. This is kind of fun, so look forward to that. Okay, bye bye, guys.